starring Lee Marvin.
Post number 4, Marola calling. Pawn shop on South Randolph. Broken window. Yeah, it looks like a grab and run. I'll stand by for the squad car.
My name's Frank Ballinger, Detective Lieutenant, M Squad, Special Detail of the Chicago Police. I never know from one day to the next what job is coming up. But this morning I knew why Captain Gray had sent for me.
You heard about Marola?
Yeah.
Should have bring in that killer. Clean cut. Interrupted a burglary, got himself shot. Find the man that robbed that pawn shop and you got the killer. Gray. Be right in. It's the lab. They want that killer, Frank. I want him real bad. Putting every available man on the case.
And he was a good friend of yours, huh?
Nah, it's more than that. The whole Midwest keeps its eye on what happens here in Chicago. Let these hoods get away with knocking off one policeman, there's nothing they can't do. .45 caliber. That's a lot of gun.
The bigger the gun, the smaller the man.
Nothing else? Schuster and Holbrook worked that whole block this morning. Pulled in a few characters, ran them through the show-up. They wouldn't even admit they know what day it is.
Yeah. Right here, hold on. I got your boy.
Gray. Hold it. Central Precinct says they've got him. You better get over there, Frank. Got a description?
This was a break. Picking up the kid who had the stuff from the pawn shop in his possession. The precinct boys had the situation well under control.
Look, I told you, I don't know nothing about no cop.
Uh-huh. So how did you happen to have all those watches from the window?
I told you.
Sure, you told us all right. And we want you to keep on telling us until we can believe it.
Look, I swear, I don't know nothing.
Come on, kid. Tell us the truth. We're trying to help you.
What's your name, son?
Chevney, David Chevney. I told him already. 500 times I told him. Chevney, I told him 500 times already.
That's the first time I've heard it. You ever been booked before?
I ain't never done nothing before.
When's the last time you washed your hands?
I don't know. I guess, I don't know. I lost track.
What's the story on him?
An hour ago, Keller calls from his pawn shop. This kid's trying to huck a watch. Keller remembers he's seen the watch in the window of Andy's pawn shop yesterday, so he stalls the kid till we get there. He's been pawning stuff all morning, the stuff he stole from Andy.
Sure, I broke the window. I broke in. I told him I stole the stuff.
Did you see an officer on that block?
I didn't see nobody. Nobody. You think I'd be crazy enough to break in there if I saw a cop standing there?
Well, you ought to be easy enough to check. Run a paraffin test on those dirty hands. If he's been handling the gun, it'll show.
Thanks, mister, thanks.
Well, don't thank me. You still got to take that test and a robbery charge to face.
I know, but thanks anyway.
That's the way it goes. You have a solid lead, and then you don't. The machinery of routine investigation had to be continued.
Are you positive, Frank? Frank, are you positive?
Yeah. Oh, sure, the kid broke into Andy's, but Marola must have come along just after the kid took off. Otherwise, he would have said something when he called into the precinct. And besides, the paraffin test on the kid proved negative. You got a cigarette?
My coat.
Oh, thanks.
Well, where are we?
Well, we should have been in the first place, looking for somebody who hated Marola enough to kill him. You know, Georgie Mink. Last month, he tried to get Marola busted off the force for giving him a parking ticket.
Georgie Mink's hot-headed, but to kill somebody? No. Anyway, 5 will get you 10. He's got an alibi 3 feet thick.
Yeah. Well, what about Eddie Pagano.
Pagano. Yeah, he's not tough enough.
Well, it was Marola who collared his kid brother in that loft job.
Well, maybe.
I think I'll start off with Georgie Mink. Look, I gotta go now. I'll call you later. Bye. Got your message. Georgie. You know, you got the word innocent printed all over your face. I didn't say sit down.
The boy said I should walk in.
Better than being run in, huh?
You're a very humoresque type, Frank. You know that, don't you?
Humoresque. Georgie, you've been going to night school again.
I'm the literate type. You forget? Or you've been dealing with too many hoods lately.
Well, fine. So now I don't have to limit myself to the one-syllable words or use the broader facial expressions.
Not with Georgie. With Georgie, you can be subtle or you can be plain. Take your pick.
You killed Marola.
That is subtle. No, I didn't kill Marola. And that's plain.
Would you mind outlining your activities this morning, say between 5 and 6 a.m.?
That's this morning?
That's this morning.
Funny thing, I was with some friends on my way to the yacht base.
These the kind of friends whose word will hold up in court?
One of them's vice president of a bank, Thomas Baxter. Good enough.
Very solid, Georgie. Very solid indeed. You don't mind if I phone Baxter, do you?
Be my guest. We were his. We went aboard his boat for some fishing.
Oh, how they run it?
Right into the old left hook.
Okay, Georgie, we'll let you know.
Yeah, you do that. You let me know. Just for the record, I'm not going to lose 1 minute's sleep worrying about Marola. Somebody save me the trouble, that's all.
Get out, Georgie. Baxter, the banker, wasn't home, so I moved to the next name on my list. Eddie Pagano. I didn't have his address, but I knew he had a girlfriend, Rita St. Clair.
Come in. Well, now.
Mr. Eddie Pagano?
Oh, the clever type. We could have used you last night. We had quite a party.
It sounds like it's still going on. Is Pagano around?
He hates the beat. Do you hate the beat?
No, I like the beat. And the place and the time are right.
You look like the type goes with a warrant or a badge. What do you want with Eddie?
Just a few well-chosen words.
He's at the garage. Would you get the ice? It's on the hi-fi.
No, from the looks of things, Eddie must be quite a mechanic.
He owns it.
Well, what do you do around here besides change records?
Yes. You're a detective, aren't you? Aren't you supposed to be able to do things with clues? Well, I'm a clue.
What time did the party break up?
Not till noon.
It went all night, huh?
You bet.
And Eddie Pagano was here all the time?
You bet.
You swear to that?
I'd swear to it.
What's your name?
Rita. Rita St. Clair.
All right, where is it? The phone.
It's under the chair.
Where else, huh? Captain Gray's office, please. Oh? Well, let me talk to Charlie. Oh, Charlie? Yeah, Frank Ballinger. Look, I want you to hold on to this line for about a half an hour. And if anybody tries to break the circuit, send over a squad car and pick up a Miss Rita St. Clair. Yeah. Okay, thanks.
You're kidding.
Eddie around?
Jack, come in. So I'm ready. Who are you?
I'm Frank.
Well, Frank, if you're looking for work, I got guys up there here already. Oh, sorry, pal. We get all kinds in here, you know?
Would you mind telling me where you were yesterday morning, say between 5 and 6?
At home? Where else?
You have a reliable witness?
Well, I wouldn't like this to get around, you understand, but... Yeah, I got a reliable witness.
Yeah, I met her. She says that you don't like the beat.
And she told you about the party.
You tell me.
Well, I give this big blowout, you know? Drinks, dancing, plenty to eat, favors, noisemakers. It was just like New Year's Eve.
The wrong time of year for that, isn't it?
When Eddie Pagano gives a party, he gives a party.
You know a patrolman by the name of Marola? Andy Marola?
Marola. Not that I can remember. Marola? No.
All right, could you give me a couple of names of the people who were at the party so that I could check them?
Well, now, let me see. There was, Bill Archie, Johnny Eastside, and Joe Kelly.
Nice group. Okay, thanks.
Anytime.
Yeah. Yeah, okay, all right, thanks. No, that'll be all. All right. Little Archie, Johnny Eastside, and now Joe Kelly. They'd swear to anything, anytime. Right now, they're swearing to the fact that Pagano never left that party.
Well, I just finished talking to Baxter. Like I thought, Georgie Mink's got an alibi 3 feet thick. Baxter even told me how many fish they caught and how much they weighed.
Sure. That still doesn't mean that Georgie couldn't have hired someone else to do it.
That doesn't mean he did either. Look, Frank, I'm just trying to keep you from putting all your eggs... This is a big city. You've got a couple of hundred other suspects besides Georgie and Eddie.
Yeah. You know, I almost can hear one of them right now.
What do you mean, here?
I can hear him laughing up his sleeve at us. They say criminals return to the scene of their crime. Don't you believe it? The only people who return are the police. Okay. It's 5:20. 24 hours ago, Andy walked to that call box, picked up the phone, and called in. The squad car arrived at 5:26. They found nobody in the street. Nobody but Andy. 6 minutes. Something happened here during those 6 minutes. It was my job to find out what.
Hey!
This your regular route?
Yeah, sure. Oh,
Were you here yesterday morning at the same time?
you can bank on it.
Oh, well, did anything happen? Anything at all?
Yesterday. It sure did. I'd been to the house next door. This guy came tearing around that corner on 2 wheels. You should have seen him. Really, I was just leaving the curb. He come barreling along like some fool hot rodder.
Yeah.
Scraped my wheel. I yelled, but he just kept going.
Oh, just one man in the car or what?
Yeah, I don't know. It's a sedan, dark paint job. Pretty new, too. No jalopy, you know what I mean.
You don't remember the license number or anything?
Oh, no, going too fast. You know, zoom like that right away.
Is that the wheel?
Yeah, over there.
All right, look, one of our men will be by in the morning to pick it up when you're through.
Huh?
Don't worry, we'll clear with your company. Okay, thanks a lot.
Say, that fellow that was driving the car, he did something wrong, didn't he? Boy, he was really caring, I want to tell you. Glad to help anytime.
While waiting to pick up the wheel, I had breakfast at the Powell Roof Cafeteria and decided to play another hunch when Chicago got its eyes open. This meant going back to Rita St. Clair. Oh, well, good morning, Pagano around?
You asked that yesterday. This is my place.
Oh, I figured it that way.
Oh, well, come in, please. Breakfast won't be coming up until noon.
The party the other night, don't those guys ever go home?
Would you?
You see, I'm having a little trouble locating them all. They're trying to make sure that their story is well rehearsed.
Well, I'm up on my lines. You want to cue me?
Yeah. Andy Marola. Was he at the party?
Dead, isn't he? I never invite that kind.
Well, you know.
I don't make a habit of collecting cops' numbers, but if you want to leave your phone number, I'd be more than happy
Look,
to...
do you know Andy Marola or not?
No. But be careful. You squeeze a bruise.
Pagano ever mention Marola's name? Talk about it all?
Officer, for you, I'd like to remember, but I don't. Now, if Pagano's in any trouble, he did it on his own. I only know him socially, and we don't talk about his business. I don't like that kind of talk.
Marola arrested his kid brother.
I wouldn't know.
Well, maybe he wanted Marola to go sour on the charge, huh?
I wouldn't know.
Thank you. You've told me enough already.
I haven't told you a thing, so don't put words in my mouth.
I waited for the lab to run the spectrograph on the wheel and check out the rest of Pagano's party list. They'd all been loaded by 5 a.m. and seeing double, but they stuck to the stories that Pagano had been the life of the party. Yeah.
Hey, you're living right, Frank. There were particles on the wheel. Green body paint with silicon on it.
Silicone?
Well, they didn't use it till after 55. That means you're looking for a late model green.
Okay, thanks. Come on. Yeah, file department, please. Oh, Ballinger here. Hey, look, would you check the tub file night before last for me? 55 or later, sedan green. Yeah, I'll hold. 5 cars, 5 calls. A deal like this, you got to get out and ring doorbells. Out of the 5 late model green sedans reported stolen this week in Chicago, 4 had already been recovered. I found their paint jobs undamaged. The 5th car was registered to a Mr. George Sutter.
Sit down, won't you?
Oh, thank you. We still haven't recovered your car, Mr. Sutter, but the department's doing all it can.
Well, of course I'm insured, but, well, you know how it is, the inconvenience.
Would you mind going over the circumstances once for me? You know, where you left it, when you discovered it was stolen, the whole thing?
Well, I gave him a full report.
Well, I'm from a different department.
Oh?
Yeah, M Squad. It covers all divisions. We think this might be tied in with a homicide.
Oh. Well, I'll tell you, I always leave the car outside in the afternoon about 4:30. Driver comes over from the garage and picks it up, and in the morning, the garage sends it back. Well, yesterday, I saw the car wasn't there, so I called the garage. They said a driver had come over the previous afternoon and couldn't find it, so they assumed that I'd still have it. Well, I figured that they had it, and that's when I called the police.
What garage is that?
Well, Pagano's over on 3rd. It's not far from here.
Yeah. All right, thanks.
Well, I hope I've been able to help.
Oh, it all helps, sir, every little bit. I held off going back to Pagano until I had a little more evidence. I couldn't get it out of my mind that Andy hadn't gone for his gun. He known the killer. Maybe his room could tell me something.
How long are you going to be?
I really couldn't tell you.
You know, you've been an hour here already.
Candid camera service. If you will return this coupon in 25 cents, we will mail you a candid camera shot of it. What's he doing with this? He must see 500 of these guys a day.
I don't know. Look, mister, I've got a lot of things to do. Other people live in this place.
Hmm? Oh, yeah, sure, I'm sorry. Okay, thank you. Why had Andy saved that photo coupon? If it means something or nothing. Anyway, I had to make the time to locate the camera shop and look at the photo. Is there any way of telling when that was taken?
Sure.
September 5th. Yeah. Is it all right if I use your phone?
Sure.
Yeah, Ballinger, give me Harry in the booking office. Oh, Harry. Yeah, Frank. Look, I want you to look up something for me. Yeah. The day that Eddie Pagano's kid brother was booked. Yeah, I'll hold.
We only keep these negatives about 90 days. Nobody sends in by that time. We figure they never will. Now, just about ready to toss that one out.
Yeah.
Lucky I didn't, eh?
You bet.
Oh, no. No charge. Glad to cooperate.
Yeah. You're sure, huh? September 5th. Okay, thanks, Harry.
Yeah, hope it helps.
Yeah, it does. Everything helps.
Calling car 302. Car 302.
302, go ahead.
Code 19. Proceed to the Chicago River, Coal Wharf 66.
302, rolling. What about French?
Nothing. She's been at the bottom of the river since yesterday. That oil had flowed off anything in half an hour. Frank, where you going?
Oh, it's you again.
That's you in the photograph?
Hey, it sure looks like me, don't it?
Sure does. Oh, incidentally, the other man in the picture? The guy that you don't know? That's Marola.
Oh, that's Marola.
So now you're going to tell me that you just bend the ear of any cop that's walking along the street, huh?
Now I remember. You see, I got this kid cousin of mine. He wants to be a cop. So I go up to this, what was his name?
Marola.
Yeah, Marola. Well, anyway, so I go up to him and I say, look, how does a kid get to become a policeman? You know, like I want some pointers about pens and stuff like that, you know?
And Marola's so touched that he lets a candid cameraman take a picture of the two of you and then goes out of his way to save the stud, huh? Why?
Who knows some stubs?
Tell you a little story, Pagano. Marola arrested your kid brother. You tried to bribe him to forget that Tony ever pulled that loft job. Marola probably got mad and saving that photograph to go after you with bribery.
You don't make sense, you know that?
So Tony gets convicted. You decide to fix Marola. Fix him for good. So you steal a car, one of your own customers. Right out from in front of his house. Well, that's easy enough for you. You got that whole board of keys out there. Easy enough to have a duplicate made. Sound good so far?
Except one thing, copper. You forgot my alibi. My party.
Yeah. Oh, your witnesses are brave now, but you wait till they get in court and face a perjury charge and see how vague they get. Another thing, Eddie. We got a fat set of your prints. Taken right off the stolen car.
How a print's going to last in water?
You're right. We found it in the river right where you dumped it. Funny thing, though, Eddie, the oil in the water sort of seals in the prints.
I don't believe it.
I'm taking you in. Okay. Get over the car. Come on. Faces. 4 million faces. The people of Chicago. They look pretty good to me right now. Pagano was behind bars and the accessories picked up. The town looked clean and honest and innocent. I hope that all the people felt as good as I did, that the law, in protecting its own, had protected the city at the same time.